EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Houston Texans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Check 54. Watch the screen.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 30 on second down, Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Set. 19. Check. Watch 54. 31.
On first down, Watson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Let him know.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Texans' 49-yard line. Down. 185. Check 41. You better be afraid of me. You better.
Shotgun now for Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Under 10.
On first down, Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
This is Miller. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Crunch time, defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And the Texans first down.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27. A first down carry now for Miller. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down.
We're set. 19. 54. 54. We own it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And the Texans first down.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd down, here's Miller. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Gun, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Texans are in for 6. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Over the middle here to Wilson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
What now? Blue 80. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming. What's up? Check your hot read.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
6-18.
Now Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
First carry here for Tywan Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Right there. All day, baby. This is it.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. The quick slant caught. And there is a flag, so a big second down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
54 Mike. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
On second down, here's Watson. Fells has it, left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
54. Exit. Check.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Hey, we're good. 180. You're mine. 41. We got to wedge that, huh? Okay,
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window. And it
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 41.
To throw his car. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and 10 at the 11. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. Bradley Roby on the coverage defensively.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
Single. Check four. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
To throw again. Carr. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before the break. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll take him down at the 31-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
Yeah, big loss there on the pass completion. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. He got 29 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game,
and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They keep it on the ground. This time, it's Miller. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the 1st down play.
19 at the 13-yard line.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
And the Texans 1st down.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Foreman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Check, walk 54, walk 54. Defense wins championship.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Brandon Dunn in on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Carr. It's a screen to Richard. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now, 180. I got you. I got you.
Shotgun now for Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Play action for Miller. Now Watson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Morris now to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Got an open man, it's QT. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watson looks to throw again. Open man is QT, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little